that can replace it at any time in life, truly. We can't never feel that comfortable when we don't got to study or we don't got to check ourselves.
See, I got something for y'all.
Because that's what they did, and that's what we do. I mean, we do it continually, whether it's at the job or at home, but more important, with our church,
right,
like our family. We can't be complacent and say, well, I'm good on this. I know I'm cool. Well, I can skip a prayer today. Well, I can skip today. Please forgive me. Because at some point, guaranteed, you can trip, you can broke something, you can do something wrong, or you can have you a little crazy thought.
Right. I got a second witness after we get through this other half, and I'm going to show y'all something. Because I'll just wait till we get there, because it's something that, you know, that he put on me through the Spirit. Okay? Put on me through the Spirit. Because one thing that I say is that we here in here today, we are like the first generation. I don't know nobody whose parents taught them this. You understand that? There ain't nobody that I've known since going on my 9 years old, since I've been in this camp, that I met a brother or a sister who say their parents taught them this. Well, see, you the second generation. I'm getting to you. See, you're getting a little up in there in age. But the fact is, see,
how you want to raise who I am?
See, but that's the point.
Yeah.
And now he's been having a little young seed. That's going to be that third generation.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's why I was speaking on a few minutes ago, that he looked upon me. And I don't want to use the words to say that he found favor in me. I don't want to do that. But he did. He did. Now this brother here said earlier that we have gone through life and had that big question on our head. I say every black man and woman walk down the street had this question to say, there's got to be more to this. How am I born in this condition? How is they riding around and I'm walking? How is this? How are these things? And then it affects not only just you, the individual, but then us as a people. We don't look further at us as a people, but we see that us as a people is suffering. Why is that? We're going to see why. Because you can't blame nobody but yourself. That's right. Read on.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. Verse 1. And if y'all want scriptural verification of who we're talking to, just flip a chapter back, verse 1. Or chapter 4, verse 1. He's talking to Israelites. So don't be no confusion. How you know he was talking to the Arabs or something?
And see, that's why I went to that 7:6.
In 29, verse 1, 2, right after
I
this.
said this. See, the chapter before, 27 and 1, 29 and 1, Israel.
And this is why, you know, we get that 7, 6 through 12, is that we see purely there that he chose a people. Right. Now, this people that he chose is who he's talking to here. Let's hear it.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee.
He said, overtake thee. Not just be blessed. Not just being blessed.
Right. We can't even stop what's happening.
You know what I'm saying? Overtake thee. And this is the good stuff.
Right.
This is the good stuff.
This is what we need. If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, verse 3, blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, meaning your children, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. Blessed shall thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shall thou be when thou goest out. The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way, and flee before thee 7 ways.
There's plenty books in the Bible that talk about other books in the Bible. There was one book called the Book of Wars. I can't remember right offhand. But we was at war with another nation. And back in the days, you war like that, y'all take breaks. Everybody eat, go sleep. Said that we woke up the next morning and all our enemies were slain before us. They didn't wake up. The Lord did that for us while we slept.
185,000.
While we slept. War was over.
We're gonna give y'all an example on what he mean by your enemies and all this. This is Deuteronomy 32, verse 29 and 30. It's a brief explanation of what he's talking about is us having spiritual power. We don't have it no more. Alright, this is Deuteronomy 32. Remember he said your enemies will flee 7 ways before you.
Because he said in Genesis, I don't mean to interrupt you, but he said my spirit would not always strive with me. It's Genesis 6, when the angels came down. See, the Lord, his spirit was with us. But he said, I'm not always going to strive with y'all. Because we tripping. We tripping. You get mad at your children and be like, go to your room. I don't feel like dealing with this right now. That's what we did. That's what we did to him. Keep reading.
This is Genesis 32, 28 through 30. Speaking about us. It says, for they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them. Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they would consider their latter end. Verse 30. How should one chase 1,000 and 2 put 10,000 to flight? Except their rock had sold them, and the Lord has shut them up. Back to Deuteronomy 28.
Them songs they sang about David, they said Saul slew his thousands, David slew his 10,000s. And they were singing songs about that, and Saul heard it. It was mad at David. But the Lord's spirit was with David. Saul's wasn't.
And just like when we doing what we supposed to be doing, when the Lord be with us, no army on the earth will be ready to deal with us.
Right.
They'll be scared. He's gonna say when we finish reading, like the fear of us will fall on the other nations. And when he came about Egypt and was spying out Jericho, and they bumped into the harlot Rahab, she said the dread and fear of y'all fell on every nation.
That's a different dread and fear. Not that here come a nigga fear.
Right. Like man,
grab my purse, lock the door fear.
Our time is up.
In the elevator alone with them fear. That's a different fear. That's a different fear, because with that fear comes they expect us to do them harm. Right. But this is coming as a nation.
Alone for them. Alright, this is Deuteronomy 28, verse 8. The Lord shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouses, and in all that thou settest thine hand unto. And he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. The Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself.
Unto who?
Unto himself.
Unto himself.
As he hath sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, and walk in his ways.
Keep that if word keeps coming. If.
It's conditional.
If. And it's a choice. It's free will. We see what he chose to do. Keep reading.
10. And all people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee. And the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy ground, in the land which the Lord swore unto thy fathers to give thee. The Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven to give the rain unto thy land in its season, and to bless all the work of thine hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. That ain't happening now. He's along with everything now. Negroes ain't lending nothing.
Not even this.
Verse 13. Verse 13. And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail. And thou shalt be above only. And thou shalt not be beneath. If that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day, to observe and to do them. And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods, to serve them.
As it is written.
Okay.
And 15.
Keep going. Now we're going to see the flip side of the script with that conditional word if.
Right. Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kind and the flocks of thy sheep. Cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shall thou be when thou goest out.
Okay, hold it right there. For time's sake, what we finna do, we're going to show you today. Okay? We don't raise sheep and cattle no more. Okay? What we saw, all we doing is flip the script from the blessings over now to the curses. We're going to show y'all today. So for time's sake, we're going to read verses 20, 23, 26, 29, and 25. I got to dash this. So it's 23 through 26. 30, 37, 32, 41, 43 through 50, 58, 63 through 68.
40, you say 46, right? Got to be 46.
Yeah, he said 46, 45, 46.
Okay.
Yeah, 43 through 50.
Yeah, 43 through 50. All right, let's get this. Deuteronomy 28, verse what? 23? 20. Deuteronomy 28, 20. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me.
See, he said forsaken him. We did wickedly and forsook him. See, he already gave us this. I was studying this once a few years ago. If you look at comparing like I did with the 14 through the 15 through 68, look at Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, and Numbers, the first 5 books of the Bible. I'm studying this one day and I said, wait a minute, Christ came. He went back to the crib. And look how long ago this was that when we tripped.
Yeah.
He told us this a long time ago.
Prophetic.
A long time ago. We have been forewarned. We was foretold of this. But we going to see how the 68th is going to come into play. Keep reading.
Verse 21. The Lord shall make 23. Verse 23. And the heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron.
Okay, hold it right there real quick. I use this analogy a lot of times at work. I get to train people, and of course I bring them the script first as the Spirit gives me.